Friends, the Impact Elite M913 MMO mouse from Redragon could just be the best mouse I've ever used. And I say that as someone who has been using MMO mice for a very long time. I'm talking start of City of Heroes in 2004 length of time here. So it's been a hot minute. And I love these kinds of mice because they have all the extra programmable buttons. And I'll show you here just kind of on their webpage what I'm talking about. You've got all this extra ability to customize what your mouse can do. And if you play a lot of MMOs or a lot of games, first-person shooters, etc., this can be super helpful for switching between things on your inventory bar, switching between weapons, or even from a, kind of content creating perspective. I use these as shortcut keys to different things I do in DaVinci Resolve, etc. And so for me, having that functionality is fantastic. And as much as I like their anime mouse, honestly, it just didn't have enough buttons. I need more for my product. And so I have it here today and I'll show it to you. It's sitting here on my desk. And right now it's green just because that's the color that it is at the moment. And you can see very clearly how nice the buttons are. They have a very good, tactile feel to them and everything else. And it's a good looking mouse. And importantly, it's big enough. So I have fairly big hands, honestly. I'm a bear in more than one way. And it's nice to have something that feels comfortable when you have a larger hand, because some of the smaller mice just honestly are too small. Now, some of the key features you get with this mouse is it's got the tri-mode wireless connection, so you can go wired, you can go wireless. I like wired connections, call me old school, but again, older gamer over here. It has the 16 buttons, we just talked about those. The DPI goes up to 26,000, and so you want to be able to, especially when you're gaming, zoom around the screen, and so it gets, very high in terms of that. Super low latency response, it's 1 millisecond, and if you are running this off of the wireless connection, it's a 250-hour battery life. Additionally, and this is something I'm going to show you today, there is macro support on this. So now I'm going to show you their program. All right, so here we are in the software. I'm going to show you just how easy and convenient this is to use. And you can see here, it's got the button mapping as soon as you come in here, and you can click on the different buttons to see where they correspond to down here, but it's pretty straightforward. And you have the option to switch to basically anything you want. So you can see all the different things right here. We've got, your mouse button mappings, forward and back keys, fire keys, combo keys. You can change it to any key on the keyboard. You also have your ability to control your DPI directly on the mouse, and you have macros. And the macros are the biggest thing. I'm going to show you how to make some macros here in just a few minutes. Then if you go to the next tab, this is where you control your DPI settings. It defaults to 5 stages, but you can have just one. So if you want to make sure that it never changes from your faster DPI, you can do that. Now you can also set this way faster, but I'm too old for that. So I'm going to try to navigate back here and get this set down a little bit. Here we go. Let's bring it to 3250. That's about what I like. And you can also have, any kind of version in between. I tend to keep it where I can change it just because my family sometimes uses the computer and they like their own settings. But point being, you can alter it. You can also alter the colors, although there's currently a bug in the software where it will default back to green after a while. Not sure what that is, but I'll be talking to the company about that. And you have a lot of the, common settings you'd expect from a gaming mouse between that tab and some other tabs here. The other thing, and this is the biggest thing for me, is macro support. So you're going to see that I've already preset a couple macros, and these are ones that I like to use. So the first one here, when I set this up, I set up a screenshot button. That way I never have to take my hands off of the mouse to get a screenshot when I'm recording, if I'm playing a game, or whatever it is that I'm doing. I just press the button 16, and I'll show you here. I have this mapped, if I go all the way to the bottom, to my macro screenshot. So this button right here on the side, I just tap that and I've got myself a screenshot. And I also like to set up certain ones for certain games. Right now I'm playing Minecraft with my son, and we sometimes do worlds where I toggle between survival and creative. And so this is now doing that for me. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to delete this and I'm going to show you how you can record a macro. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit new macro. I'm going to call this creative since that's what I just deleted. And all you have to do is click start recording and then do whatever it is you're doing. You do it in the game, you can do it on your keyboard, however you're doing your macro. In this case, this is a slash command in the game. So I'm going to do slash game mode space C enter, and I'll hit stop recording. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I had some delays in my typing there, which is going to make certain things about this macro really slow. So what's cool is I can click on something and hit modify, and I can change things like my milliseconds. If I made an incorrect button press, I could also click that and hit modify. Now, I don't want to change what I did there. That was actually correct. But you can see some of these spots here are way too long in terms of the delay because I was typing slow. There's really no other way around it. So I'm going to scroll through here briefly and make sure I have nothing else that's super latent over here. And I'm going to hit save. I'm also going to go back to my survival one because I know for a fact I've got some slow ones in here. So let's go through and find anything that's way too big. Like this one's way too big. I'm going to change this down to 100 milliseconds. I can make it even smaller, but whatever. And is that the other large one I see? Okay, I think that's pretty good. Understand too, you can also come in here and do other things like how many times do you cycle it? What is your default delay time? You know, other things that you might really want to tweak depending on the kind of game or the kind of process that you are running. You can also do inserting of your pressing keys or releasing keys when you're doing your lists in here. So there's a lot of different customization you can do. And then what you do is you go back to your main page and you can assign these to buttons. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to assign my new macros to 11 and 12. So I'm going to do macros. We're going to do survival on the first one. And then here we'll do survival. Oops, we'll try to keep on it. We'll do survival or creative as the other macro. So now I've assigned these and I'm going to switch over to my Minecraft account. So let's pop over here. And now I'm going to show you what I can do. So first of all, I've got no hand on my keyboard, and this is the button I would press for a screenshot. Now, unfortunately, you are unable to see the pop-up that says I just took a screenshot, but that's how I like to do it. And then right now you can see I'm in creative mode because I'm flying around, whatever. It's just a whatever world. And if I press the 11 key, again, I'm not touching the keyboard. Oh, I must have missed a slower one. And bam, I'm now in survival. So I've just lost all my goodies. Okay, I don't love that. Oh, hey, hi villagers. This is apparently a testing world for villager trading or iron golems. Now, if I press the 12 key, again, not touching the keyboard, it's going to creative. Now I can fly around and not die. By the way, if you want to see this world get built out, my son and I are starting a new Minecraft series, so check out the channel. But that's how easy it is to record macros, to change macros. And look, the world is your oyster. You are going to have so many more opportunities to record macros for your games or for your processes. It's not just gaming either. Like I said, I will use this for things with DaVinci Resolve, for certain key presses, for cutting, film and everything else. So it's not just for gaming. If you're just a power user or someone who wants some convenience in your day-to-day, you can use it for all those things as well. So now that you've seen it in action, hopefully, my friends, you understand just how good this mouse really is. Again, it's becoming my favorite mouse. Very comfortable, super responsive. It does all the things that I want it to do. I've got the macro abilities, and I'm going to be programming a whole bunch more macros in the coming days. And look, if you want one, I have an affiliate link down below in the description, which will give you a small discount on it. So feel free to swing by the Redragon store, use my affiliate link. It'll help me and the channel out, and it's also going to get you a little bit off. And my friends, until our next review, video, or live stream, please take care of yourselves.